Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be doing a quick comparison between two really awesome tablets. On the left side I have the Lenovo Tab P12, on the right side I have Samsung Galaxy S9 FE Plus. So let's start with the design first. On the left side, as I mentioned, we have the Lenovo. This is a 12.7 inch screen, and let's check the design a little bit. On the back it is made of the aluminum. I do like the design on the back. We also have camera with the flash, which is unusual for a tablet. Not many of them do end up coming with the flash. It also does come with the Lenovo pen. I'm not a big stylus kind of fan, but it seems like a good quality pen. I did use it a little bit. It also charges via USB-C here. You can end up placing it on the back. You can also end up placing it on the bottom as well. So it's kind of nice. Now let's check the rest of the inputs. Now on the bottom we have the little pin for the keyboard, and then we have dual speakers on this side, USB-C for charging. Then we have some microphones here, volume rockers. Then we have power lock button. This is also a fingerprint sensor. I'll show you how that works. And then we have two more speakers and the SD card expansion. So it pretty much has everything you would want out of the tablet. Now let's talk a little bit about the fingerprint sensor. It does support knock features. So once the knock is on, all you have to do is just place your finger on the fingerprint sensor and immediately unlocks the screen and turns it on as well, which is really interesting. I do love the knock feature on that. Now let's go with the S9 FE Plus. This is 12.4 inch screen, so it's a little bit smaller. It also comes with the S Pen, which is really nice. Again, I'm not a big fan of the stylus, but it's always nice they include extra accessories. Now when it comes to the build, again, made of aluminum. I do like the build. I also like the color. I would say this one is just a little bit more attractive, maybe because of the color. I also like the antenna lines. It does have dual cameras on the back, but no flash. And it also has sound by AKG. Samsung logo here. Now let's go over all the inputs. Again, kind of same thing. It has the pin on the bottom for the, I believe, keyboard. USB-C on this one. We have speaker here. Then on this side, we have SD card expansion, some microphones, volume rockers, and again, this will be power lock button and also fingerprint sensor. I'll show you how that works in a little bit. And then it has another speaker here. Now, let me show you how that fingerprint sensor works. Pretty much the same thing. It does support the knock feature, and all you have to do is just kind of apply the finger there. Let's try it one more time. There we go. Now, for example, if I'm using different finger, it's not going to work. As you guys can see, it's not doing anything. And just like that. So pretty much the same thing as the Lenovo one. I do like the fingerprint sensor. For me, it works much better than the face unlock. Now let's go over the displays. As I mentioned, the Lenovo has 12.7 inch. This is 2K resolution LCD IPS display, 2944 x 1840 resolution, has 60 Hz refresh rate. So this one is IPS. Now the Samsung one has TFT display, has 12.4 inch TFT display, 2560 x 1600 pixels. It does have 90 Hz refresh rate, and of course, as I mentioned, it does have the S Pen support as well. The Samsung one and that TFT panel is just a little bit more darker, and I'm not talking about the actual brightness because this one gets even more brighter than the Lenovo one. I'm talking about the dark colors, like for example in the clouds, they are kind of dark. So if this wallpaper would be on this one would be a little bit darker. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I feel like IPS is just a little bit brighter and a little bit colors pop more on that display instead of the TFT. Now, when it comes to the performance, on the Lenovo, we do have MediaTek Dimensity 7050 CPU, and it comes with 8 GB of RAM and I believe 128 GB or 256 GB of storage. Both of these do support SD card expansion. Now, when it comes to the performance, it has been amazing. Day-to-day use has been phenomenal. Zero issues, very, very snappy tablet. Now, the Samsung S9 FE Plus has the Exynos 1380 CPU. It also comes, at least the version I have, comes with 8 GB of RAM and I believe the storage is 128 or 256. Now, when it comes to the RAM, both of these do have a little bit different variations. I did see the S9 FE Plus with 6 gigabytes of RAM as well. So make sure you end up reading the description and get the right one. I believe Lenovo one has the 6 gigabyte of RAM version as well. But what I do have is 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage on both of these. Performance-wise, both are very snappy tablet. I did end up doing some multitasking, gaming, a lot of media consumptions, a lot of Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and stuff like that. That was my main use for both of these because they do have large display and they are perfect for video watching. When it comes to the battery, both of these do have pretty much the same battery, 10,000 milliamp. I did notice the Samsung one gets a little bit longer battery life, I would say up to 12 hours, while the Lenovo gets up to 10 hours. It could be due to the CPU, it could be due to this being IPS display, but I did notice the Samsung one gets a little bit better battery life. But both of these do get at least 10 hours of battery usage, which is pretty amazing for such a large tablets. When it comes to the cameras, both of these do have front and rear facing cameras. Lenovo one has 30 megapixel rear camera with the flash and 8 megapixel front facing camera, while the Samsung Galaxy S9 FE has dual 8 megapixel rear cameras and also 12 megapixel ultra wide front camera. Now, I would say the quality in both of these is pretty good for a tablet. Now, I'm not going to compare it to any of the phones, but for a tablet, they are pretty good quality. Now, the main question is which one should you choose? If you want something for multitasking and productivity, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE is a better option with its DAC support, S Pen, and higher refresh rate display. Now, if you want something that's more budget-friendly, the Lenovo Tab P12 offers a solid all-around experience. It does have the beautiful display, it does have good battery life, good sound, good performance, so it pretty much has everything. Overall, two really good tablets. Whichever one you end up going with would be a good choice. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.